Good afternoon. Rachel, Kite, good afternoon. Right, we should be live on YouTube. YouTube, just let me know if you can hear me. Let's just get the right TV screen on. There we go. Okay, so a couple of things. NASDAQ looking a little bit bearish to start with. Was looking for potential sells below 24,850. Trolley Happy, welcome back. La Shoes, good afternoon. So let's just go to gold first because I want to see what's going on there. We've had a superb couple of trades this morning, and then it's been. So we caught this move this morning for 200 pips in the live stream, and now we're waiting for price to break above. Oh, there we go. Don't need to put that level back in. Okay, so we're going to wait for breakouts now. Don't need that. Can get rid of that. Okay, so let's just take a look at the chart and see where we could potentially find some opportunities. So there is no major news today. So no major news that is likely to, or when I say no major news, there's no scheduled news. Big Harvey, good afternoon. How are you, mate? So there's no scheduled news. The only thing that we can anticipate is that maybe there's going to be something in relation to the US China, US Russia with sanctions. So that's not scheduled news. That's something that is going to, let's say, come out via Trump on Truth Social or a tweet somewhere. Um, and that we can't plan for. Okay, so I'm thinking, let's have a look. I'm thinking we might see 60 pips. Yeah, I'm going to put a sell stop underneath the low of the hourly candle. All right, so let me see if I can flip that over onto. So we're going to look for a sell stop on the low of the hourly candle to fill this wick in here. So let me just. I'm trying to change screens on TikTok. I've done it on YouTube. Um, so options right now, we're creating a top wick to then potentially sell off. Now, look, if the market does just continue higher, then we'll look for buyers above what's going on above here. So that's what we're going to look for. But let's just drop our sell stop in. Let's put it at 41.21. There we go. TikTok finally allows me to change the screen. So now remember the stop loss that I'm putting on 41.21. 40.95. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at initially. Now, what we could see from here, hey Vic, how we doing? What we could see from here is the market continue to move lower. We've created, if you look at this candle here, we've had market structure formed after we formed on the lower time frame. If you look here, we've created a lower high, and then we've created a more recent support, again another lower high, the same support level. So I'm just looking at this and saying, right, the highs are progressively getting lower. If we take out this low, we have 65 pips just to fill this wick. So Matt Webb, good afternoon. Ethan Carter, good afternoon. Apor, Chloe, KNG, Mark, Jennifer, Sheila, Fun Time, Timothy Jessen, good afternoon, guys. So look, now I'm going to put a partial TP of 35 pips, which is basically the midpoint of this wick, a little bit below the midpoint, but I'm not setting it yet, so it's not set yet. I won't set it until the trade triggers. Now, the trade needs to trigger in the next 30 minutes. So I'm looking at this as pre-Comex, pre-US Open. We've had a couple of failed rallies. If you look at the last few candles, Steve McCons, good afternoon. Rude Boy, good afternoon. Clip Maniac, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm looking for this is a failed rally, and we break that low. We should fill this wick here at least, and then maybe run down to support. If it goes further than that, I really don't care. Okay. The daily looks like if we close as is, I mean, look, it could move further down, so we can't really comment on the daily candle because it's still forming. But if we close anything like this, I would say that we've now had support formed. Then tomorrow you might get a wick down, and then we look for the price to push higher. That'd be the way that I would look at um, the market moving. Does that make sense, guys? Um, so in the meantime, we're gonna have a Lightning FX. Good afternoon. What's your What's the kind remark of today? Gold trader. Bloody hell. Man's been on holiday. Yeah, market's been quiet since like pre-London. I've not done anything since pre-London, but I think we might see them just liven up a little for the US session. It's unusual to have two quiet sessions. Dean Atag, Heating Technology. Good afternoon. Good morning, Mark, and all your friends and viewers. And a prosperous trading session. Have a green day. Let it be blue. Yeah, exactly. Let it be green. Whatever colors you use, but yeah, blue, green, anything but red or black. I always know when it's getting close to the end of the week. Tiredness starts to kick in a little bit. Can't see the screen. Um, well, it's showing on both OBS and uh, YouTube Studio, so TikTok Studio. So I'm not sure. Maybe just do the old technical turn off, turn on, and see if that works. Peanut screens are okay. Mark screen's showing okay there, so it might just be you, Lightning. Maybe just give it a quick on and off that old chestnut, and maybe we can get the screen showing for you. Um, the DAX is trapped in a range. I think if I was going to look at either of the indexes, it'd probably be NASDAQ looking for sells. Let me just take this off. Bit hot. Bear with me a second, guys. Uh, um, okay. Hey, Vic. Good afternoon. Yeah, so we're just waiting for gold. We've got a sell stop pending ordering. Let me just check the level actually. The low of that candle is 410774. So 74, 410774. So 410774, 4107. Let's put it 44. There we go. We'll give it 3 pips. Yeah, sell stop Hannah. YouTube is just Mark Owen Concepts. The link is in my bio on TikTok. So if you click on the stand store, you should see. Let me just check. TikTok. Stand store. Oh, damn it. Links. settings, try that one. I've made a bit of an error verification. Don't know what this TikTok seller stuff is. Maybe there we go. Links. Okay, yeah, if you go to allow all cookies. So if you, here we go. All right, I'm just gonna watch. If you just go to the bio in TikTok, you should be able to see the standstill link. Click on that. Iceman, good afternoon. Which country are you in, Lightning? So let's see how these sell stops play out. Freddie Q, good afternoon. So if you right, okay. If you are new to this stream, guys, just to give you a heads up, I don't talk about smart money concepts, fair value gaps, order blocks, any other stuff like that. I don't know, some of the other wacky names that I've been asked about. I'm just a price action trader, okay? So I just look at candlesticks and the movement of price. That's it. So I don't complicate things. I try and make things as simple as possible so that it doesn't matter how old you are, you will be able to understand pretty much what I'm doing within a few sessions. And the reason for that is if you want to be good at anything, just think of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee would fear the man who practiced one punch 1,000 times, not the man who practiced 10,000 punches one time. So just do the small things, do them well, do them good, do them consistently, and you'll naturally gravitate and start taking pips consistently. Okay, so we're getting ready to potentially trigger here. See what happens. Looking for the surge just before US Open or Comics Open. Give likes, views to this wise gentleman. He is very good and sound trader. Give him lightning. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate the kind words. Um, so yeah, we're just sitting tight, waiting for the market to unravel and come to us. That's it. Hi Anna, hope you're well. Great day so far, right? So remember, you don't need to rush anything now. You have had an absolute awesome day. Now, one thing I would say as well is when it comes to trading, if you're struggling to find consistency, think about what you're doing and your approach to the market. Now, there's a lot of you that are being consistent in attending the live stream. Now, for those of you that are attending the live stream and are regulars here, I'd like to ask you a question and be as truthful and as honest as you are. Have you found yourself being more consistent and more disciplined since you've been attending the live streams? Okay, so we're in. Now I've just moved my stops to TP to 30 instead of 35, purely because we just got slipped a little bit there. Um, let's see if we can move. Lovely, lightning. Like, if you found you've been more disciplined and more consistent, what I want you to do is just type in the word yes or hit the like button. Either or will do for me. Right, we want this surge now just coming into comics. Next 7 minutes, I want to see a big push. Now the push down could just be liquidity to then reverse the market and go back up. I don't care. At 20 pips, I'm going to hit the old break even button. Okay, we hit break even, guys. And there you go, 30 pips. Lovely. So, did you get your 30 pips there, guys? Let me know if you got your 30 pips. So, now, next thing I would do is I'd expect the market to fill this wick here. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit just to cover any sort of commissions. So I don't want to get the market come back to break even and then there you go, I'm out. Okay, I don't care. Lovely, lovely little trade, 30 pips. Um, it's done what we needed. Now, like I was saying, I wanted that push, and if it comes down, and this could just be liquidity to push the market up through these highs, because as I said, the daily chart, as it stands right now, is potentially, if it closes like this, we'll be setting up for the market to push higher tomorrow. So if we close like this today, I would expect that tomorrow we see a move lower, then we break the highs. So on an end of day basis, that's what I would be doing. So let's just update the stats, guys. Nice 30 pips there. Peter Cole got 35. You too greedy, mate. Too greedy. I'm joking, mate. Well done. Well done. So we had 200 this morning, 35 just now. Right, let's update those stats. 41 wins on TikTok. Let's do it on YouTube. 41. Okay. So perfect. Perfect. Yep. Can you explain the difference between points on TradingView and pips? So give me an example, because point in theory, 10 points is 1 pip, right? So that's in theory, but it depends how you look at it. Just think of if you're looking at gold, and gold is for every $1, that's 10 pips or 100 points. So for every $1 move, that's 10 pips or 100 points. Does that make sense, Mark? So we just had I I thank you, Lightning. Yeah, I know. I guess the people don't like the free wins, the free wins, and they're not prepared to share a little bit of appreciation with a thumbs up or a like. Thank you, Lightning. Magix, you've missed the trade already, darling. A little bit late today. So there we go. So now we are going to do nothing. Okay, we're going to do nothing. This is now getting scrappy for me because this wick didn't come down and fill that wick. I don't really want to get involved. The 15-minute, yeah, you could look at it and say, right, we've broken out. You want to take a move lower to fill the wick. It's only 18 points, so. Again, it's not something that I'd be particularly interested in. I'd be waiting for opportunities to get long now. I think long would be my preference above here. So if we can get how often do I go live? Nearly every day. This week hasn't been because I was in Paris on Monday, so couldn't do Monday. Tuesday had a meeting. Normally I'm every day, Monday to Friday, 1 till 2:30, unless I have some prior engagement, which like tomorrow. Oh, actually, I should be back. Let me check. Got a hospital appointment tomorrow, but should be 11. No, oh, shucks. Need to do some rescheduling now for tomorrow. Um, yeah, I'll be back for live stream tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, so let's leave gold alone now. We're gonna give it a bit. So NASDAQ, I did say if we created a top wick, I'd look for sales. Um, that's not available now. DAX. Uh, okay, so let's just start with a higher time frame. How much you make a day? How long is a piece of string? It varies. Some days I lose, some days I win. I win most days, but some days I lose. Uh, this week, best day this week has been 6K. Worst day has been $900. I want to start on the phone, can I? What, you want to start trading on your phone? You can. It's not something I would advise. Some people like it. Um, Personally, I don't. I'd much rather when I don't know. I think the phones are there for um, ease of use in the basis that, look, let's say you're trading on your PC and you're in a trade, and for whatever reason you've got to go somewhere, at least you can manage the trade on your phone. Um, if I was to look at, if I could go through all my trades and look at my results, I bet you any money that my results are a lot worse trading off my phone. Because think about it, right? If you're trading at your phone, you're probably in a noisy environment. You're probably on the move. You're probably doing something else at the same time. So your focus and attention isn't on what you should be doing. I've done how many have we got in here right now? Okay, so you really want to focus exactly on what you're doing and have it like blueprinted out what you're going to do, why you're going to do it, and how you're going to manage it. On your phone, you could be on your phone and someone rings, or your battery could die, or you lose signal, or anything like that, and all of a sudden you could end up in a real shitty position that you don't really want to be in. Cheers, Peanut. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, look, the members community, and what I've noticed, Peanut who just mentioned something there on the live stream. I think since the community started to grow and we've seen a real big effort on everyone following the same systems, the success rate has grown massively within the community because everyone's looking at the same thing, everyone's sharing similar charts. So you know what you're looking for and you know exactly how to trade it. The only difference is now, even if you're not looking at the charts, one of your fellow members is posting something and you get the alert, you're looking and go, oh yeah, that's perfect. I'd trade that. And then, this is where being on the go or at work, because you get the notification. You could be sat at work at your desk like I am. You get your notification on your phone. You look at it. You go, okay, I'll have a quick look on the laptop. Boom, you place the trade. So that's where these communities, they really become invaluable. Um, that's it. Um, what's the best time to start trading? Uh, well, I'm up every day from 5:30. Some days, like once a week. I haven't done it this week, but next week I'll be back in. We'll be doing a 3 a.m. session for Asia. Probably on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, I'll do a 3 a.m. session, and then we'll do the members live stream at 7 a.m. And then I do the YouTube stream at 1 p.m. So, look, you have to remember 2% up today, 4 till payout. Awesome, Vix Nazzle. So Vix Nazzle is 16% up on his account. What about stocks? I don't trade them, but one of my coaches does. That's another sort of like subscription bit we have, and he goes through the stocks part of it. Um, but yeah, no, I just focus on gold, Nasdaq, and the DAX. So doing nothing. All right. Ideally, I want to see some big candles. I don't like these candles. Okay, I'm not keen on these candles here. I want to see some big momentum candles, so then we can look for potential long opportunities down here, or we're going to have to wait for the breakout. All right, Vix Nazzle, if you're up 2% today, close your screen, buddy. Enjoy the rest of the day. Don't hand anything back. Do not hand anything back. If the green goes up, is that good? Or if red goes down, that's good. Well, look, I mean, first thing first, it's up to you what colors you want to use. I'm very simple. I like black and white. So white candle just means there was more buyers at that period of time, and the market closed higher than it opened during that period of time for that candle. Red is the polar opposite, which is more sellers are in control through that period of time, and the market closed lower than it opened through that candle, whether it was a 5 minute, a 15 minute, 30 minute, however long that candle is. So when we look at a candle, we have to remember there's only four things that a candle can do. Okay, four things that a candle can do. Um, Forget all your Japanese candlestick patterns and what they all talk about, right? Because yes, there's an element of uh, information there that is good, but if you were to just look at a candle, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one candle 4 times. Okay, so and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another candle. I'm going to change the color on this one. So the color that I'm changing it to is just purely for illustration purposes. So this is, let's make it a, where's the cursor? What will you see well? Okay, let's make it a red candle. Okay. All right. So what I'm just showing you here, guys, is these are the only four things a candle can do. Right. So first one, this is what we call an uprange candle. It's an uprange candle because it has a higher high and a higher low than the previous candle. So I call it uprange. So it goes higher high and a higher low than the previous candle. So that's option one. Option two is we have a downrange. We have a lower high than the previous candle and a lower low. So it's a downrange. Then we have what I call an inside candle, where it has a lower high than the previous candle but a higher low than the previous candle. So it's inside the range of the previous candle. Then we have what we call an outside, or some people might call it an engulfing candle because it has a higher high than the previous candle, but it also has a lower low. So does that make sense? You've got up range, down range, inside and outside. There is no other option on this planet that the market can do. Once one candle's formed, the next candle will be this, 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 or this. It can't do anything else. Does that make sense? So you can just forget all the colors. So that there is nothing else that the market can do other than those four options. Okay? Up range, down range, outside, and inside. Now, simple question for you. Which one of these candles, so let's call this option 1, we'll go option 2, shit, there we go, option 2, option 3, and last but not least, option 4. I'm watching gold on the other screen, so don't worry. I will okay, and option 4. Okay, so if the market is trending upwards, if the market is going higher, which one of these candles do you think you would see most? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Oh, here we go. Gold. Which one do you think you'd see? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Commander-in-Chief, good afternoon. Okay. The one you would see the most of is number 1, an up range. Okay. Number 4 is another one you would see as well, but less likely. And the reason you're less likely to see an outside candle is because it's the lowest probability candle of being formed, where it breaks the low and the high. Okay. So that's the lowest probability candle to be formed. You'll find that the market will generally break a high or a low. So options 1 and 2 are the ones that are formed the most, with options 3 and 4 being formed less frequently. So in an uptrend, obviously you expect the highs to be broken. In a downtrend, you expect the lows to be broken, which is why you would see more uprange candles in an uptrend, and more downrange candles in a downtrend. Then it's a matter of, right, how do we apply ourselves to make a system? And literally it just revolves around that simple thing. So how do we identify support, guys? How do we identify support? Fuck, I'm so tired. How do you identify support? Really, really simple way. Imagine you're talking to a 7-year-old child. How would you tell them to identify support? price point where price reaches and reverse. Okay? Do you think a child would understand that? Do you think a child would understand that? Candles bouncing off a particular level several times. Okay? Anything else? Ah, no worries, life quotes. Okay, look for a strong candle. Okay. All right. How about this? Really simple. A black candle followed by a white candle. There's support. Does that make sense? Okay. Then where I draw my support is based on the bottom of the black body. All right. How do you think we identify a resistance? Remember, trading's got to be simple. How do we identify a resistance? White candle followed by a black candle. Exactly, Lola. White candle. Exactly, life quotes. See, I told you, trading shouldn't be difficult. Now, how we determine which is a good level of resistance and a bad level of resistance to trade from will be dependent on what we see to the left. What I mean by that is, if we're looking, so let's say we've got this support here. Now, the next support that I see below that is here. And the resistance I see here and here and here. How I determine which one I want to trade from will be dependent on the candles that I see to the left. Meaning, if we have lots of free candle space, so big bodied candles to the left hand side, and we get above a certain structure or below a certain structure, and then I'm interested in taking that trade as a breakout. Okay, so for those of you that have seen the BPC setup or the breakout setup before, what I'm looking for is price to close above here. If we close above here, I know we've got 52 pips to the next resistance. So if I just drop that in there, but let's just zoom out a bit further. If we close above here, we've also got up until this area, but then we have this wick to work with as well. So my preference, if I'm looking for an opportunity here, is I'm going to say I want to close above 4124, and then I would expect to see the market run up into this resistance level and potentially fill that wick. So what's a breakout? Okay, let's show you. Um, do, 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 do. Bear with me a second. There you go. So Why is that not working? There we go. So here is your breakout. So the grey bit refers to a resistance level. So over here we'll have seen a red candle followed by a green candle followed by a red candle. Then what we've seen is the market breaks above. Once it breaks above and closes above, the next candle I want to see it wick down. Why do I want to see it wick down? Based on the bow and arrow analogy. To fire the arrow forward, you have to pull the bow backwards. You let go of it, the arrow fires forwards. Trading, it's the same. I want it to go down, so I want sellers to try and force the market down. In fact, let's just, before we buy it. Now, there's certain times where I'll buy it and I don't need it to just pull back. And that would be around 130 on the open for comics. You know, as US is coming in, because this is where we have the biggest amount of cash coming into the market. What time? 1:39. Okay, I'm gonna buy live. Okay, let me just. So as I was saying, this is because of the time of day. Now, because where's my? Let's get that under. Oh shit, close half. 20 pips, break even. Right. So another 20 pips secured, guys. Okay, target in place. So we don't care what happens now. We've secured 20 pips. Our stop loss is in profit, and we're just making money. Makes no sense. Okay. Thanks, Corbin Gaming. But if it makes no sense, then don't stay. Yeah, Big Harvey, I will. There we go. So another 20 pips secured, and that will be me done on trades now today. Thank you, life quotes. Listen, at the end of the day, what you'll find with a lot of people who try and teach trading is they want to flower it all up, um, and give you a load of waffle to do sell you some amazing things. Look, yeah, I sell my services, and yes, I have subscriptions, and yes, I do one-on-one mentoring, but I don't do anything different behind the scenes. So what I'm doing here with you guys for free, I do the same with my members, okay? In the one-to-one sessions, the difference is we go through your trades, we look at your trades, we go through your analysis. I then show you how you could have potentially have done it better. The one-to-one, no, that's just for members. So I don't do one-on-one outside of members because I just don't have enough time. Okay, so um, but if you go to the stand store, so that's link in um, the link on my. If you click on that, it'll take you through to either the monthly or annual subscription, and at that point, if you want, you can then become a member for 1 month, trial it out. If you like it, fantastic. Then you can update the trades now, 42 wins. Um, but yeah, so like I said, I generally work, not generally, I don't do one-on-one coaching for anyone that isn't a member because I just don't have enough time. Okay, so life quotes. One thing I will say to you is people always ask me, do I do this full time? Yeah, I do it full time, but I don't trade full time. If I sit down and I trade all day every day, I'll make some errors. I'll get tired. I'll take some silly trades. What I do is I will trade certain hours. So I like to trade the pre-London Open. I like to trade the pre-US Open. And at the minute, I will also trade 1 day a week. I'll trade the Asia session. Okay. So remember, trading is a great way to create revenue and cash because the upside isn't limited. So if you have a job, your earnings are generally limited based on, I don't know, your skill, the labor that you can, the time that you have available, because you can only work 24 hours. Then obviously, if you want to then magnify your skill levels, you get apprentices that then go and repeat what you do. But some people still want you to perform your skill set. They don't necessarily want your apprentice or people that you trained. So the thing with trading, right? When you press a button, it all comes down to how much money you've got in the account. Okay? To be fair, oh no, it's a 5 minute chart. I mean, this is actually a sell on a 5 minute chart. This is a false break. And you sell, go underneath the bullish candle here. Um, so that would be your sell there. Because now, if you look at the structure, you've got clear candle space to here. So just watch it. So if you look based off the 5 minute chart, there's your resistance. Oops. So there's your resistance. This area took out the highs. It's now failed. So a sell stop would go underneath here and you'd trade it back down here. So this is a 5 minute. Yeah, guys. So those of you that are interested in um, looking at membership, you can. What did I just? Yeah, just. Uh, what if I just? Oh, bollocks! Did I click the wrong thing there? I'm not sure if that one will work, but try that one. It should just be the standstill / marker and concepts. I don't think that last link will work. I don't think, but you never know. BPC. Okay, so BPC is, in simple terms, we've seen the breakout. So imagine your first trade. So all my trades and the systems that I operate are linked together. Okay, it's a bit like a flow chart. So if you In fact, let me just bring up this BPC buy. Okay, so this is going to be the simplest way to explain it. Live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because it contains content with low. Are you joking? What? So it did this yesterday, and it was when I brought up a slide. So watch this, guys. I think this will sell off underneath here, whether you get your 10, 20 pips. The notice is unclear. TikTok is absolutely bonkers. So um, every time I bring up a slide, it basically TikTok should allow content like mine, something else. My live does not contain the content. It said the visibility wasn't clear. So I was just about to show you a slide, but every time I do that, it restricts. The, don't understand it. Educational slide, and you have restricted the live stream due to visible quality. Fucking absolutely bonkers. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. Now, this is why you always wait for. So I can't bring up the slide because every time I'm bringing up the slide, it's blocking my live stream for some reason. So look, if you imagine we've had this come down here, we've closed, and I said I'd sell underneath the bullish candle. Now, by waiting for the market to, in theory, bow and arrow, pull back before we go forward, some people would have just entered on the close of this bearish candle. But now you'd be sat in a whole heap of pain and you'd be second guessing yourself. Are we going to take out the highs? Is it going to reject this area? Remember, we don't know. We've no idea. So I'd rather miss a trade and wait for the pullback and let it go. The only time I don't, as I told you, was the one that I took at 130. That's the only time I will trade what we call a momentum entry. So let's go back to the BPC. So let's go. Okay, so this one was a BPC setting up here, but we didn't get triggered. So let me just get rid of everything and I'll explain why it was a BPC and the thought process behind it. Get rid of everything. Okay, so this morning, this was our trade. Structure, candle closed above, momentum entry. There was our 200 pips. It actually went more, but if you have a look, it went, what, 280 pips. Even though we've had a bull candle following the bear candle, would it still make this setup valid? Okay, so we'll cross that bridge in a second. Um, so once we've broken out, this is the breakout trade. Now what we're looking for is the BPC. So the BPC is you've had a breakout, now you're waiting for a pullback, and then we're looking for a continuation. So the continuation is confirmed once you have a buyer candle. The pullback is confirmed when we've had two seller downrange candles at least. So if you look, we've got inside candle, seller downrange, then we've got a buyer candle. So buy stop will go above. Then you've got an inside buyer candle. Keep your buy stop above, stop loss below. This candle breaks through the lows, cancel the order. Does that make sense? So that was a step-by-step process on how I would have looked for a BPC in that situation. Now we're waiting for this. Now we're waiting for a breakout. Everyone happy with that analysis, guys? Now, I think I don't know if there's a few new people in here. If there are, I'm going to post a little doc. And if you complete this, so yesterday's winner was Dan Shilson. He won a month's free membership. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't yet registered, click on that link. All you need to do is put in your name, your email address, and phone number, and what level of trader you are, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And when you've done that, next Monday, you will be in for a chance of winning a funded account. And it's an instant account with no challenges. You'll start with $3,000, and based on performance, it can go all the way to 60,000. Okay, profit share starts at 80%. Second stage, it's 80%. Third stage, it's 70. Fourth stage, 60, and final stage, 50%. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning that funded account next Monday, all you need to do is click on that link, fill out your details. If you have already completed your details, You don't need to do it again. You're in the system. You'll be entered into every draw. Um, Next month, I'll be doing the same. You don't need to, again, once you've entered, you don't need to do it. I'll just keep building the list up. So the sooner you enter, the higher the probability you've got of winning. The later you enter, as more and more leads come in, the circle or the wheel that I spin is going to have more and more names. Your chance of winning is going to get diluted. So right now, you've got the best odds of winning. So yesterday, Dan Shilson won a month's membership. Uh, Simon Webster, the previous week, he won an hour's coaching session with me, and we don't know who's won the next one. Now, every month for the first 3 weeks, uh, no, for the last 3 weeks, I'm going to give a prize away. So for the first week of next month, there'll be no prize. Mark, you just asked me the mark. I think it's you. Um, what I'll do is because I don't think there was. I'll just give you the last 3 digits of the phone number, and then you can tell me if it's you. Mark, 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 Mark. Hmm, why can I not see it now? 372. Is that you, Mark? That's the one. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Now, some of you will have had a call as well from the sponsor in this on that. Um, oh, bit stiff today, bit stiff. Oh, I don't think I updated YouTube stats to 42 wins, did I? Or did I? Let's have a look. Yep, I did. So we're at 61 trades since we've been recording on live stream, and we've had 42 wins. So that should be about a 77% success rate, I think. Calculator. Let's have a look. Calc. Uh, 50, 61. So 42 divided by 61. Six, oh, 68%. Right, yeah. 68 success rate, but then we've had 11 break evens. So, uh, 18% break even and 13% of those trades are losers. Key money. So 13% of a match. So if you were to just if you take in winners and break evens, we're at 87%. But if we look at just winners alone, 68% and 13% losers. So not bad stats. Not bad stats. So if you are wanting to improve your consistency and you want to, let's say you want to do it the cheapest possible way, then you just turn up at 1 o'clock. Okay, turn up at 1 o'clock here on TikTok or YouTube, and you can join me most days, and I will be uh, I will be live at 1 o'clock. If you want to speed up that process, then what you need to do is have a look at joining the community. Now, remember the worst case scenario is it's going to cost you £97 for 1 month. Now, just think that one trade this morning, we made over 200 pips in the live stream. You'll see it on my Instagram profile this morning. 200 pips. We've done two lots. We did one 35 pip, 30 pip and one 20 pip today. So there's 50 pips this afternoon. So if you had a pound a pip on, if you had a pound a pip, you've basically paid for half of your month in one live stream. Okay? So think about it. Think about how quickly you want to commit to something. And like I said, by committing does not mean sitting in front of the screen all day and trying to trade every day. It means waiting for setups. Be patient, be disciplined, sit there, understand the system, focus on one of them first. So focus primarily on the breakout. I'm not looking to do anything just yet. Riding the Wi-Fi bread. Um, yeah, I'm not looking to do anything yet. If we get a breakout, close above here, then I'll look to buy. I think if we have a bullish close today on the daily chart, we'll probably see some decent moves to the upside tomorrow. Right, we've been live for about an hour. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Jez, I've seen your message. I'm not sure I'm going to open it because God knows what it is. Can you look at the NASDAQ? Absolutely, Anna. Ooh, this looks nice. Buy stop. Where's that sell limit? Right, guys, if it pops the high, I missed it then. But if it pops the high again, I'm going to buy. There we go. What do I need? About 50 pips. That's too close. Okay, and we are going to pop this up to here. So we're just going to look to trade the range. And let me get my partial TP. Where's Magic Keys gone? So thank you, Anna. I like this trade. I'm going to set another partial TP in for the next structure. Um, I'll have to wait for the daily to close today, to be fair, Chris. But oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's move this 4,000. That's fine. Okay, and get rid of that one. And bring that down to here. Okay, yeah, so I'll explain on the daily with gold. I'll just leave this for a second. Come back to it in a second. So if we look at gold on the daily, I'm looking at this as it has to close something like this. If it closes something like this, we're going to see what I call it's like a tennis ball effect. It's the shift from sellers to buyers. We've gone from strong momentum down to then a small body and a long tail wick to now we're seeing buyers smaller body with a bullish candle. So the next candle, if we break the lows first, then break our own high, I would expect the market to push on. Whether it comes all the way back up here or it creates a lower high, I have no idea. But if we close like this, I would expect tonight it to come down and then we push on and move higher. Hey Terry. All right, as soon as we break the highs here, if we break the highs and start pushing into this area, we're going to move our stop underneath the low of the trigger candle. Okay. Now, the open at 2:30 will be interesting, and I would like to think that the open will create a little spark. What is your procedure if it breaks above on gold? Okay, if it breaks above, I'll be looking to buy. So if we get a candle close above here, I want to see a wick down, then we'll buy the highs. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing. 15-minute, 30-minute. I mean, the next candle to close will be the 15. So yeah, that'll be the first one I'd look at. Um, yeah, th this looks good, but it needs to close above. What would you recommend buying just now? I use MetaTrader 5. Yeah, MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4, they're all fine. They're all good to use. Even with the news at 4 p.m. Europe time. Um, I've got no news showing. Forex factory. I've got no news showing. Nothing high impact anyway. Thursday, existing home sales. Yeah, not really bothered about it. It's medium impact news, so um, I don't make note of it. I only have high impact news on. Gold is pushing. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. Gold got 8 minutes to wait. Mm. Oh, been stopped. Okay, had a loser. Had a loser. Let's just update the stats. Never even went into profit, that one. Literally, gold is pushing. I just want to try and update the stats because I can't do anything with gold until quarter past. Oh, nearly, where is it? Results. Okay, 9 and 9. Oops. Why did that not happen? 9. Gold has pushed. Da, 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 da. Ah, don't be daft, Anna. I liked it. It's not. I liked it. I should have maybe waited for a bit more of a week down, but see, this is the danger, and I'm as guilty as anyone. Um, 2 winning trades, one for 35, one for 20, then I hand profit back on NASDAQ. Not all of it, but some of it. But it's very easily done. I'm just looking at. I want to see what's happening on Investing Live because I'm seeing gold's up. Is there anything coming out from Truth Social and our favorite president? SMCI reports Q1 sales. Not bothered. Nothing there, nothing there. No. Save my cent, celebrates milestone. No. Okay, so gold is definitely looking. Yeah, staying away from NAS now. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Now, I will take this. I will stay on for this trade if it sets up. So what I need to see is I need to see the candle close above. If it closes above and then we get a wick down, I'm buying. So close above, wick down, buy stop above the highs. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So as you saw, guys, there's no flowering, there's no hiding. You see me win, you see me lose. What we got? 3 minutes. Oh, 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes. Gold still looks good, you know. Not gold. NASDAQ longs. The hourly. The hourly still looks good. If it breaks the highs, you've got 90 points up to the top. I am actually gonna put that back in just for now. Okay, so it's a pending order. Gonna have to just bring that down to there for now. Let me look at gold. We have 1 minute and 3 seconds. So I've got a pending order on the NASDAQ. Pending order on the NASDAQ and potentially an order on gold. But gold, we need to see it drop before it breaks the highs. Stop under the candle because I'm looking to take it to. Yeah, so I'll show you. I've got to wait for the candle to close, then I need to wait for the next candle to move lower. And then we'll put our buy stop above the highs, stop loss below the lows, and then move our stop underneath the trigger candle should it get triggered. All right, there's no trading yet. I'm just going to wait for. There we go. Okay, the wick down is in. So we're having the market move down. Buy stop is in. What's the high? 36.39. 36.39. Let's make it 69. Give it 3 pips. Okay, so this is the bow and arrow. This is what we're looking for. We want the market to drop down and then to break the highs. Where's oh, what have I done? Right, try again. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna give it 35 pips. Oops, I don't want to set them just yet. Entry price 3 pips above the high of the 15-minute candle. So entry price is 4136.69 on my broker. Right. Will it trigger or won't it trigger? We've got 13 minutes. 13 minutes for it to trigger. If it doesn't, then we either leave the order, depending on the 30-minute time frame, and we're about to trigger. Oh, that was a shitty fill. I don't know if you saw that, but it was like, so sometimes they have a laugh with you, these. Right, you've 15, 20 pips up, guys. If you want to take half, take half. I've just taken half at 20. Let's get stop losses to break even. Why is that not editing? Okay, so I've just adjusted. I've moved stops to 50 pips and 100 pips now. I took half off at 200 or 20 pips. Hmm. What's going on? Let's have a quick look at the NASDAQ. 30 pips up, guys. 40. We're going to hit the 50. We got close. Probably about the spread away from getting my 50 pips. Go on. Little final push. Let me know how you're getting on, guys. Here comes the 50. Oh, missed it by half a pip. 49 and a half. We're going to have another push at it. Here we go. There we go. 50 pips. You got it, guys? I've doubled my money in 3 trades with you on gold. Thank you. I'm off for the day. Well done, life quotes. There we go. We're done. We're done. We've smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. NASDAQ will be about to trigger. Um, Now, look, depending how you want to manage the trades, this is completely up to you, but we've waited for the setups. We've traded them impeccably. Oh, God, I can't get comfortable there. We followed our plan. We planned our trade. We traded our plan, and that's it. Your visibility restricted for 10 minutes. What the? Tell me what's going on with TikTok, going on about my visibility. I don't know. Brightness, contrast, display, energy, input source, PGA, color, display, aspect ratio, sharpness, pixel. Anyone tell me what? No, I don't know. So, well done, team. All I can say is well done. Absolutely nailed it there today. Um, we can't do anything else yet with this trade. We've got to wait for. Am I on tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. Naz is about to trigger. Oh, yeah, let's just check the highs. 24857. So we'll call it 24858. 24858. 24859.5. Okay, let's change the stats. Uh, what's going on? So we'll go back to see what's going on with gold. Oh, let's go. I tell you what, let's get one for the gram. Yeah, currently on live stream, TikTok and YouTube just banked 50 pips. Now 75 in the bag. Next time, guys, make sure you join us on the live stream. 1 o'clock, TikTok and YouTube. See you there. Right, there we go. Little one for the gram. Let's update the wins. 43. Okay, so look, management, because of the way that this is going, if this candle breaks the high of the previous 5 minute candle, I'm just going to pull my stop underneath the low of this candle. So we'll see what happens. 6.5% up on this live. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well done, guys. There you go. Now maybe these kind of numbers, these kind of trades, maybe you think it's worth trying being a member for a month. Little behind the scenes, haha, love it. Yeah, exactly. So now you know it's not bullshit, right? Because I'm doing it live and I'm sharing it on the gram. So look, it's I, this is the difference. People out there, they'll give you, right, here we go. Let's bring the stops up. So what we're locking in? Locking in 55 pips there. Oh, what's going on with the NAS? We're okay at the minute. But I do need to, I might have to cancel the NAS trade because I need to go and pick my dog up from the groomers, believe it or not. I don't, you see, let's just do the results. What time's it? 26. Yeah, I've got to go in a second. 43 wins. And some of those are big ass wins, like really big. Uh, let's just drop that on. Uh, I tell you what, 90 pips up and closing half. There we go. I don't care. Let's delete that TP now. There we go. Gone. So I just closed half at 90 pips. There we go. So I don't care. I'm just going to let it run now. Hitting big pips on YouTube and TikTok live. Joining me tomorrow? Question mark. There you go. Doing it. Now, this is where my missus will be saying, if you can multitask doing this, why can't you multitask at home? I have no idea is the answer to that. Okay. So guys, if you don't follow me on on Instagram or TikTok, please do. It's just Mark Owen Concepts. Oh, fuck. Right, Naz. Uh, cancelled that quickly. I tell you what, I'll just do a low risk trade. Two. There we go. Partial TP. Let's get that in. Right, so I've just done a low risk trade here. And I'm going to let the computer manage it while I'm out. And let's get another one in. 4,000. Right. Okay, guys, any questions? Any questions? You only on TikTok pre-NYSE? Yeah, so pre-London I do with my members, and we do NY close with my members as well. Occasionally I'll do an Asian session on TikTok and YouTube. But yeah, always pre-London. All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna leave this one for Magic Keys to manage, and I'll just move my stops on my phone. So that's the only time I'll ever use um, some great trades, but Bud, get some rest after you picked up your dog from the hair. Yeah, I just wish I needed to go to the hairdressers as much. The damn thing keeps falling out. All right, guys, listen, well done. Thanks for being part of the live stream. Appreciate all your support and engagement as always. Love to see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.